Tom Taylor's Nightwing series is probably one of the best Nightwing series we have ever gotten, up there with the Chuck Dixon run. But not only that, it is probably the best DC book going around at the moment, with World's Finest at a close second. Nightwing fans had to deal with so much crap recently with each book that comes out, but this Tom Taylor run is like a breath of fresh air, and surprising considering the time it was made. He's no longer edgy, he is Nightwing in his purest form, and I love it. You really feel like he's the protector of Blüdhaven. The series starts off to a flashback when Dick Grayson was a kid and stands up against bullies, but then we also meet a young Barbara Gordon who helps him along the way. I love Dick and Bab so much, they're honestly my favourite DC couple, and it's great to see these little childhood flashbacks of them being together. We flash forward to a gang bashing up a dog for whatever reason, but Nightwing saves the dog, keeps her, and even names her Haley. If you're familiar with the Chuck Dixon run, then you'd know about Blockbuster, and he's back and he's as menacing as he was in that run as well. I mean, in the first few panels he's in, he already cracked someone's neck. I feel like Tom Taylor understands the relationship of Dick Grayson and Barbara Gordon, because whenever they're on the page, I just love it so much. Their banter's great, their chemistry seems to be there, and as of now, they're together in the books, and I love that so much. I've missed it. And don't get me started of how Alfred gave his inheritance to Dick Grayson. When he read that letter, I got goosebumps. It was so good. So sentimental. This is the type of stuff that I've really missed from modern comic books. Tom Taylor then also introduces a new character, Nightwing's stepsister sort of thing. Basically, his dad had a fling. At the start, I was a bit iffy about it. I wasn't too sure. But then as the series continued, I've come to love her as a character, and I think she really fits in with the story. We get this awesome splash page of Dick Grayson jumping off a building. Then we're introduced to a character named Heartless, who just steals people's hearts. But more on him later. We see Nightwing discover this home for homeless children, you could say, where they all gather together and just try and look out for each other. Tom Taylor understands what Nightwing would do with his new inheritance of millions of dollars. He decides to make the Pennyworth Foundation and provide a home for everyone, because that's something that Nightwing would do. Nightwing, in a way, is like Blüdhaven's Superman. He is their symbol of hope, and he gives hope to everyone in that city. Tim Drake is in the story for a little bit, and he's not even annoying. Tom Taylor, like I said before and many times in this video, knows how to write characters. So far, he hasn't let politics get in the way of the story, and it feels like a good story. He brings back old faces like Executioner, and I just remember the old books of Chuck Dixon, and just a little nostalgic feeling I get. Blockbuster still has the police in his hands, and, like before, does everything he can to exterminate Nightwing. But that doesn't stop Nightwing. He keeps going. In fact, he even jumps at a helicopter shooting at him. We're then presented with a great fight between Nightwing and Blockbuster. It really reminisces back on the old Chuck Dixon days, and I just love it. We get a cameo from the Teen Titans, and then, out of all people, Superman. I love Superman, and the fact that we get to see him in this book just makes me so happy. I always love the parallel of Dick Grayson and the Man of Steel. I always thought that they would be great friends, and it's great to see that again back in pages. They really bounce off each other well, considering that they're very similar in their own ways. Superman encourages Dick Grayson to do what he feels is right, and before the press conference, Dick and Babs share a final kiss before he goes out and announces that he is making the Pennyworth Foundation. Tom Taylor really knows how to pull on the heartstrings, because we see Babs, his stepsister, even Batman admiring Dick Grayson, because Dick is the best of all of them. Nightwing's half-sister, Melinda Zuko, then becomes the mayor. Yes, through connections with Blockbuster, although he doesn't know that she's secretly working with Nightwing. Commissioner McLean then presents Mayor Zuko to Blockbuster and all his goons. Heartless makes Blüdhaven go on fire, and as Nightwing and him battle it out in a ring of fire, he chooses the city over Heartless. we get this really great fight scene between Nightwing and Heartless. It goes back and forth for a while. Nightwing gets smacked around, Heartless gets smacked around. We get this great scene where Nightwing realizes that Blüdhaven, with all its messes, isn't all entirely broken. Where people help out each other and are part of the real heroes of the day. He then passes out to be waken up by Batgirl, and Tim Drake's there with the lovable dog. Nightwing builds this little safe haven for people all around the city that they can go in and feel like they're a part of a community. Blockbuster, of course, wants to ruin that, and so as he sets it all on fire, we see this massive action scene within Nightwing's mask then falls off his face, and Blockbuster finally learns who Nightwing is. They continue to duke it out until Nightwing is the obvious victor. Heartless then kills Blockbuster by then taking out his heart in a dark alleyway. I'm sorry if that was all over the place, but I just wanted to say how much I love this series and thankful that it's brought back the Nightwing that I've missed so much. Honestly, I'd recommend to firstly read the Chuck Dixon books, and then if you want, just skip straight to Tom Taylor because they're so good. I also really like the art by Bruno. I don't know how to say his last name, I don't want to butcher it, but his art it really matches that comic book style and I really like it. I'm excited to see what they do next with the series, and I hope that Dick and Babs continue as a couple, yet I'm not sure about the choice to bring back Rick Grayson. In conclusion, this book is a fun book. It's great for Nightwing fans and to get a real understanding of who he is. I think every Nightwing fan has to read this book, and any comic fan in general. So let me know what you think of this series and what your favorite Nightwing series is in the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe. See you in the next one.